Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to pay tribute to Olivia Newton-John and also to talk about Elton John's links with Olivia Newton-John. Now, on the news of her death, Elton put out a statement saying it was the saddest news to wake up to. Olivia was a beautiful and courageous woman who I never heard complain about her illness, and he goes on, a beautiful voice and a warm and loving friend. I will miss her so much. Well, I'm sure that echoes the views of most of us. She appears to have been a very talented person, a talented actor, a talented singer and songwriter, and also a beautiful person by the sounds of it. So I've got a few of her albums. I just wanted to talk about those. And who could forget 1978? I don't know whether you, like me, were in the audience to see the wonderful film Grease, of course, which is still being shown and is still incredibly popular. It was a landmark musical because it was just so joyous, but also an awful lot of talent involved there, including the lead artists, John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, who are great choices for those roles. The music is great, and of course it's harking back to those sort of late 50s sort of times and those early years of rock and roll as well. And from this album we have the wonderful tracks such as Grease, You're the One That I Want, and the ballad from Olivia Newton-John, Hopelessly Devoted to You, which is a super song, and she really gives it great authority and power in the way she sings it. And of course Summer Nights, which is another great musical song. So if you're fortunate to have the original vinyl on this, you get a lovely double page of pictures from the film. It's a double album, of course, and there's the whole cast there. And there's some additional songs on this, I think, from side 4 that are perhaps just referred to slightly in the soundtrack rather than featuring on it. But it's a good overall package. Now, of course, in Greece, Olivia underwent this transformation into this kind of raunchy figure. And she carried on this kind of image in this album, Physical, which has got quite an interesting video to the title track of her sort of working out. But it's an interesting album as well, and I especially enjoy the track Carried Away on this, which is a collaboration with the Bee Gees, and you can really hear them as backing singers on this, but also in the type of track. It's got that sort of feeling of a sort of Bee Gees track from Saturday Night Fever, that sort of thing. So that's lovely. Landslide is another good, powerful opening track, and also one called The Promise, which is about dolphins, actually, and that one's got some sort of dolphin sounds on that as well, and quite a beautiful sort of ethereal track. So again, another interesting album from Olivia. This is another one I have from 1978, Totally Hot. Again, Olivia looking pretty cool on that. Maybe not so many standout tracks on this one. Please Don't Keep Me Waiting is another nice track from this one. A Little More Love. The title track, Boats Against the Current, is a sort of Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton sort of song a little bit, and Give Me Some Loving. And this greatest hits collection just deals with the early 70s, so this is pre-Grease really, but some lovely ballads on here, as well as some early sort of country songs that Olivia was singing. So Sam is a very pleasant ballad on there. I Love You, I Honestly Love You, again another very moving song, and Don't Stop Believing is another good one on this. So you know, early Olivia, but you know, certainly worth listening to. And another of Olivia's great collaborations was with ELO and the fantastic film Xanadu. Now from there we get 3 really memorable tracks. The title track, Xanadu, Magic, and Suddenly, which turned out to be a duet with Cliff Richard. And those were amongst 3 of her very finest recordings. Now, 1988 was this collection, which is called The Rumour. Particularly of interest to Elton John fans because he and Bernie wrote the title track, The Rumour. Not only that, Elton plays on it, and he also does the backing vocals, and you can quite clearly hear him on this. It's not quite a duet, but it's definitely Olivia taking the lead. But an interesting song, and it's a sort of song I would rate maybe as good to very good. It's that sort of song, 5 or 6 marks for me on my scale. So again, a varied album from this one. One track I do want to commend to you is a track called "It's Not Heaven" on here, which is a song about domesticity, really, and it's about sort of routine daily life, but kind of making the point that it's maybe not amazing, but it's still pretty good. You're still pretty lucky to have that domestic contentment. So see what you think through about that song. Now, an album I don't have, but one that came out in 2006, is an album called Grace and Gratitude. And this is kind of a statement by Olivia of sort of her spiritual values. Again, it's a very pleasant listen. Some of it's a little bit sort of backgroundy type music, but one track particularly I like on that is Love is Letting Go of Fear. And that's kind of almost her life philosophy, I think, that she had some great problems to deal with in her life, especially with her own health. But she faced these with courage and with an inner sense of peace one felt. So again, listen to that one. It's quite an inspiring and quite sort of chilled sort of song. Now, just one other thing to mention, and I'll put a link below to this, is 1980. I think it's a TV show that Olivia was doing, and the guest on the show was Elton John. And they do a very beautiful version of Candle in the Wind. Olivia takes the lead in this. Elton's at the piano, but then Elton comes in with some very pleasant harmonies partway through. Interesting little change in the lyrics on that. I'm not the man in the 22nd row, I'm the fan in the 22nd row, she sings. So she kind of makes it her own. But it's a very nice version of that song and shows how well Elton and Olivia work together. So what can we say? It's a very sad loss. This is somebody who has made a great contribution to modern culture. And for this film alone, it's such a special place in people's memories. If you were sort of a child or a teenager around that time, you can remember the excitement over that film. Not everybody liked it, of course. I remember the Boomtown Rats on Top of the Pops tearing up pictures of Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. But it was just a bit of fun, and it's a great, joyous film, isn't it? It's the sort of film you can watch again and again and just feel better. It's just a bit of fun, and it's just a pleasant moment in time. So what a legacy to leave, those happy memories and creating happiness and joy even after your life has ended. So thank you, Olivia, and thank you for Elton for the comments about her, and she'll be much missed.